What's up, good people? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is Isaac Insights. Thank you so much for your continuous support. Yes, and good people, thank you for continuous support. I can see the number of subscription is good, and I really thank you for that. Thank you for those who are reaching out, by the way. I understand as it stands, we are working with several people just to ensure that they achieve their dream homes, and we thank God for that. For me, I always say that my wish or what I believe in is that if each and every one of us happen to build a house, even if it is not me working for you or my team working for you, I always say that glory be to God, because the journey of construction is one journey that we must all pray to each other so that we can achieve it. So, good people, I'm making this video. I want to talk to someone. You know, the process of construction is one process that once you start that process, there are a lot of obstacles on the way. And we must all agree that when most of us start building a house, we always have a certain projection that this house will cost this particular amount of money. By the way, most people are always told that if you are building a 2-bedroom with 1.5 million, you will finish it. But then, when you start constructing that house, that's when you face some challenges that we must all agree. And in this video, I want to talk to someone. You know, the process of building a house has 3 essential steps. And all these 3 essential steps, most people are always told the first step alone. That is building that house from foundation to wall plate, then doing the roofing, putting your windows. So most people are always told the price of that first step. But these other steps, they are not told. So I'm making this video so that I can enlighten someone who is preparing to build a house that, hey, listen, the process of building a house, that 3 million that we always talk about, 3.5 million for a 3-bedroom house that we always talk about, it's not about the first step, the first phase. Because the first phase, you have to build this house from foundation to wall plate, then do the roofing, then do the windows. When I tell you that when you are building a 3-bedroom house, anyone who has built a house will tell you that with 1.5 million, that's when you will achieve that first phase. Then the second phase will come in, and the second phase involves plastering. Plastering a house includes a lot of things. What are some of these things? It includes fitting the frames, plumbing, electrical piping, also, or pointing. We always call that in construction. So in terms of cost, I will tell you each phase and the cost that you need to project as you prepare to build your house. For someone who is building a 3-bedroom house, the first phase of construction, you need to project that you need 1.5 million Kenya shillings for the first phase. When I say that, someone may feel that maybe I'm on higher side, but I always say that it's better you give someone a budget that is on higher side, so that since the process of construction, and I always advise people that it is you, the client, who is supposed to purchase the material, if you are buying with the help of your fundi, but you play 90% role of buying your material in construction. So after buying your materials and doing all those little things, at the end of the day, you may remain with something in your pocket. But I will tell you, for a standard modern 3-bedroom house, first phase, you need to project that having 1.5 M is the safest amount of money to have for you as you prepare for that phase. When I say first phase, what do I mean? The first phase for me, I believe it is from foundation to wall plate, and then doing your roofing, and then fitting your windows. You calculate all that. For those people who have built a standard 3-bedroom house, they will tell you that that is amount that you will need. And I will say I'm trying to also consider, because most people for modern houses, they are considering this style, the series iron sheets, and that's why I'm going with 1.5 m. I understand this phase. If your place, you are buying material at a cheaper price, it can be favorable. And also another thing that I will also insist for that phase, it can even go up to 2 million or 3 million, depending on the kind of soil that you are building your house, because we have people just doing the foundation alone always take even almost a million. So you need to bear with me when I say 1.5. I simply mean someone who is building on a flat land, or land that is not too slopey. And also, uh, when I say 1.5, I'm taking average of all this material cost. You know, we have people, kwao mawe ni cheap, lakini mchanga ni expensive. Kwao mchanga ni expensive, mawe ni cheap, and that's what happens in construction. So when I say 1.5, as you plan to build your house, prepare with that amount. Then the second phase is where we always say that now we are doing the plastering of your house. Now this phase, it will take approximately 800,000 of your money. You need to prepare. When I say 800,000, maybe for you, you will be lucky and do it with even 500,000 for plastering. But for me, I'll put an average at 800,000. Now, why 800,000? I will tell you. If you want everything done perfectly, these are things that involve plastering. I've said the first phase. So the second phase, these are things that involve plastering. Number one and essential, ensure frames you fit frames in your house. Number two, plumbing. Number three, electrical installation. And number four, ensure that your house has vents. By the way, vents are very essential. I once saw someone saying that the traditional vents si mzuri, but for us we always advise, because they help your house to breathe. The vents that we always include on our windows are not enough to help circulation of air in your house. And we agreed in one of my videos that if you don't get right your ventilation, you will regret at the end of the day. So then from there, you need to know another thing that is involved in that second phase: doing your worktops in your kitchen, doing the pavement around your house, doing your plastering now. After that, you do your plastering. For those of us who always go with this inbuilt wardrobes, you also ensure that they are built at that stage. And then number two, infills. Ensure infills. When I say infills ni hii ya kujaza. Niko hapa kwa nyumba ingine hapa, muelewe tu. Hiyo matofali jengwa ifunike hizo mabati hivyo. Kama umejenga nyumba iko na gepo hivyo, ikuwe imefunikwa huko. Those are the infills. So you need to ensure that those things are done during that stage of plastering. So calculating all those things that will be required, or anyone who has done will tell you that 800,000 italala. And then plastering, doing the pavement around, doing the molding. Now, when it comes to molding, it also depends with the kind of molding that we will be going with, and also the kind of food that we are using. You know, this is another step that if you get it wrong, it will be expensive. Why am I saying so? When I say if you get it wrong is, we have cases where fundis can fit your frames in a wrong way, bila kabiro. Fundi wa mlango kufita akikuja na kuambia hii lazima itolewe. Extra expense will be coming in. Haya, another thing that is involved in that stage is screeding of your floor. But for me, I always advise that, hey, let screeding be done during tiling, so that you don't go extra cost. Sawa sawa. Another thing that I may be forgetting for that phase, the phase we call plastering, but you can see what it involves, and all those needs money. Nothing is there for free. Ukiangalia hizo vitu zote, infills, you will have to buy brakes, you have to buy the frames, you have to buy the... Then I was also saying that the kind of molding that we'll use on this house also will determine the total price. So for me, an average of 800, I'm considering someone who is doing good moldings, but not expensive. I hope you have got the point. So that step, you will need 800,000, that phase. Now, this is what usually happen, and it always get a lot of people off guard, and I will like to just let you know that you need to know that when you are doing this phase, you may not have all that amount of money. Now the question comes in, what can you do in that case? You can do them in bits. You can decide, you get little money, even 50,000, call in your plumber, let him do it. You get another 30,000 or 50,000, call in your electrician, let him do the pointing. Number 3, you get also little amount of money, call in your mason, let him start making let him build the infields, let him do the worktops. Then also, as you go step by step, sometimes getting 800,000 or 500,000 in cash, it's a problem. So we are saying that, hey, we can go with what we have all the time, so that you are doing these things in steps. It can be phase 2, yes, or stage 2, but now you are doing it in steps. Ukipata kidogo unafanya, ukipata kidogo unafanya. Please, let's avoid this thing of ati lazima nitafute pesa yote ndio nifanye finishing. Then next, the last stage of construction that most people may not be aware about, but I know you know, the stage of finishing. Plastering is different from finishing. Finishing is a different story, and it's a tough one, by the way. However much it may look cheap, I will tell you that it can go up to 1M also. Though 1M is a lot, and it also depends with the kind of finishing that you are doing as a person, because kuna ule hata atafanya nyumba yake finishing na 200,000. Najua, I know in those comment section, when I say finishing can take you 1 million, someone somewhere will say that mimi yangu nilifanya na 200,000. But this person saying, if you will be commenting that you did with 200,000, then I can tell you that you are sick. Now, let me support my point when I say it can take up to 1 million Kenya shillings. Finishing involves fitting tiles. Fitting tiles alone in a 3-bedroom house will take you 250 or 300,000. Just to be on safe side, you need 300,000, so that you buy the tiles for kitchen, and then the toilets, and then you buy the granite top is always the ones that we always put on our worktops. It is always on the list of tiling. So your cost may go up to 300,000. That's plus including labor. I know someone will feel that one is expensive. Let me give you a simple calculation. For a 3-bedroom house, tiling you will need, I'm sorry for talking a lot, my dear friends who always say I am a chiriku. I'm sorry, and thank you for support, because it's just awesome. So for a 3-bedroom house, the normal tiles, where I am, there are tiles, but someone who did the work hakufanya vizuri. Hii sasa niwaonyesha aje. By the way, I will be talking about tiling. Unaona hii, utakufanyia hivi tiling, unalia tu. Kama mimi naanza tu manduru mahali niko, because hii kutoa hizi miti si mchezo. This is not a joke. So you also need to begin with that step, but I will be talking about it so that I educate someone outside there. So for a 3-bedroom house, we need around 80 cartons. Yes, 80 cartons, you got me right. Approximately, by the way. It depends also with the area of your house. I know someone will feel that 80 is a lot, but now maybe you are talking about an area of 50 meter squared for your house, and I'm talking to someone who did 120 meter squared. All these things depends with the size of your house. So I'm sorry if you will misunderstand me. So 80 cartons, each going for 1250. It means if you can see here, it will give you 100,000. Those are tiles alone. These tiles, you need we will need spacers. If yes, you need spacers, though cheap. You will need grouting, you will need cement, and good cement, si kidogo. You will need what else do you need for tiling? You will need cement, you will need the corner strips that we always use. It's not here. I think I could have shown someone. So all those little things you add together, an approximate of 300,000 is safer, because for me, when I say that, I'm including the labor, I'm including the possible little cost that you may need. For example, nini wanaitaje, transport, I mean, sorry, ilikuwa imepotea. You will need such things. You will need transport ya kutransport zile tiles kwenda kwa site. You will need water for your kuchanganya simiti and all those things. So that's what I look at. So 300,000 you can see going for tiling, and then your paint, inside paint, it can cost you approximately, if I'm not wrong, also around 100,000. Another thing, that's inside painting. Outside painting also, it's another case. It depends with the kind of paint that you have decided. So I'm saying for finishing, if you have approximately 1 million Kenya shillings, you will do it. And when I say that, I know someone is still in 500, so he's wondering how that 1 million will come. When it comes to finishing, we are talking about lighting. Which kind of lighting are you doing in your house? Which kind of how is it called? Toilets and showers and everything, fitting all those things. It may take almost your 1 million Kenya shillings. So good people, from that calculation, you look at it. I will help you calculate. That's, I have said, the first part is going for 1.5, and then the second part is going for around 0.8, and then this other part is going for around 1M. So it's coming to around 3.3 million Kenya shillings. 3.3 million Kenya shillings. You need to also add a miscellaneous of 200,000 to be on safe side. And that is how this breakdown always comes to 3.5 million Kenya shillings for a standard 3-bedroom house. Please, usikuwe ulijenga nyumba ina bedroom ina measure 8 by 8 or 7 by 7, useme hiyo ni standard 3-bedroom house. That is not a standard 3-bedroom house. And also, just to let you, the cost of any house in Kenya, it goes with per meter square. And for us, we always say that 5 meter square for any house. That is the cost each per your, depending on the area of your house, that is. Good people, up to there, I say thank you so much. Thank you for your support. Mungu awabariki sana. Mungu awabariki familia zenu. And whatever you do, may God just bless you. Mubarikiwe sana.